to you all out there. I say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on your time zone and when I'm able to upload this video. I just want to show you this. Our father here is Pa Ayo Adebanjo. He's the head of Afenefere. This is a socio-cultural Yoruba group. He has stood his ground right from the world go. He has said that though he's a Yoruba man, but for fairness, equity, and justice, the presidency has to go to the East. He has spoken up and he has challenged the Ndigbo, the Hianese, that is the social cultural group from the East, that they are not doing enough. They should come all out and support Peter Obi. We are also aware that the North Central pressure group is also in support of this Pa Ayo Adebanjo. Don't forget Pandef. This is another pressure group from the Niger Delta, is also in support. So if we look at it clearly, we'll see that 6 geographical zones that makes up Nigeria, 4 are for Peter Obi. And that is why we are so happy. In fact, a lot of statistics, projections came out that Peter Obi is leading. Our fear now and our worries now, it's true the North has embraced Peter Obi too, but there are some few elites in the North who does not want power to return to the South. And that is why we are making this video. We are calling on all, North, East, South, and West. Peter Obi is the best man for the job. He's the most competent. He's the one that has the most capacity. And he's one that have empathy. The way Nigeria is now, we need a man who is focused, who has the energy to be able to move around, not only to give out orders, but he must be able to follow up those orders. Let's say the fact. A lot of people have said that Buhari has not failed to give out allocation to the 36 states. One day he has not failed. He has given enough money to each state. And it is the duty of each state to secure, protect its citizens. It is where the governor find it difficult because of some certain things. That is where the federal government should comes in. But we cannot really not blame Buhari because most of the states, in terms of security, have their local vigilantes. But these vigilantes were not allowed by law to carry gun. How can you, with machete and sticks, go fight against the bandits that go with sophisticated weapon? Talking about the bandits, it is also true that some governors are backing these bandits up. If not, how come the bandits have gotten excess of these new Naira notes that Nigerians are struggling to get? The top elite have access to these new Naira notes. They have gone, taking them, and they are holding them for election. Don't forget, election is just 16 days away. And that is one reason why we are making this video, to let you know that it is Papa, Mama, and Pikin Labour Party. Or Mama, Papa, Pikin Labour Party. Or Pikin, Papa, Mama, Labour Party. The symbol has to be persons. 3 people. The man, the woman, and the child. That's the symbol for Labour Party, and that's the symbol for Peter Obi. That's the symbol for Obi Dati. I am begging all Nigerians, the way that country is now, we don't just not need a president that will just give order and that is it. No. The central bank gave order, gave money to banks. The least bank, as I had, got 60 million. But what happened? These bankers are selling it to elites who will give them commissions. And that is why the money is being held. So it is not just enough for the president or presidency to give order. He has to follow it up. And APC and PDP, Tinubu and Atiku, does not have that strength to follow up orders because they are men in their 80s. And apart from that, these are elites too who are corrupt. You had the cases of both. Atiku is being dragged on one hand by APC, and Tinubu is being dragged on the other hand by PDP. Both parties are dragging themselves. For reference, you can go back to the video I did 2 weeks back and a couple of weeks back too. You'll see APC and PDP are partners in crime. Remember, Atiku Gates, nothing has been spoken about that issue. That is the more reason why Peter Obi has to come in. We are hearing rumors that some northern elites are out there to sponsor Atiku. That will be unfair. That will be unethical. Because according to our constitution, each and every region should run an inclusive government. Buhari has been there for 8 years. He's from the north. So the logical, the most equity thing, the most normal thing now to bring unity, peace, and tranquility to that country is to let the power come to the south. And the most appropriate zone is the east. That is why our father, Adebanjo, has been preaching even before the campaign started. And he has stood his ground. He has said that this election, if we missed it, because he is afraid that it looks as if some northern elites are trying to play pranks. So that is why he is calling on all to come out and vote. Not just going there to vote, you have to police your votes. You have to police your polling unit. Escort your votes until it reaches the INEC office. Escort your vote until the transmission is completed. And for those who will be mining the polling unit, immediately the vote has been counted, report it to your party coalition center. So that as the government is counting theirs, the party, Labour Party, is also counting theirs. If there is any differences of a large margin, then we will know what to do. Because a lot of people have said that majority of Peter Obi's supporters are members of the NSAS. So maybe NSAS too will commence if any prank is being played. That is why we are making this video. Just look at what Peter Obi said. He said why he was a governor. This is why Peter Obi needs to be the president. Why he was a governor. He poured money into the health and education sector. He bought about 18 ambulances, one each for each local government. Built primary health care centers. After 2 years, he did not get results. After he has spent so much, 2 years later, there was no result. What did he do? He now took money again. Those hospitals or clinics that are owned by Catholics, he gave them back to the Catholics. Built some new hospitals and put other people in charge. That was why the health sector during his time strike. They protest for close to a year because they told him this method that you are using now is not what is allowed by the constitution. You should not use other sources in order to uplift or build the health sector. And he said, I used the medium that the constitution said, and it didn't work. So now I have to try other areas. Within 4 years, The earth sector in Anambra sprang up, pick up, so that at the end of the day, they won the Bigate Award for heads. In terms of education, do you know how many secondary schools were in Anambra? Probably over 10,000 schools. Peter Obi told the head prefect or head boy, as it might be called, he has their individual numbers, and he also gave his numbers to them, that any problem, call me and I will pick the issue up. He was able to coordinate prefects over 10,000 schools or thereabouts. Do you think Atiku can do such a thing? Do you think Tinubu can do such a thing? Because one of our problem in that country is, you are a president, you give order. Sometimes the order is not being carried out, and they will come back and tell you everything is okay. Imagine Buhari spent almost, in the first 2 years, spent close to 6 months outside Nigeria on health ground. What can he do, or what will he know when he's away from the country? That is the reason why we have to pick Peter Obi. Peter Obi is a man that surprises me. In 48 hours, he visited Kaduna, Kano, Sokoto, Abuja, and came back to South to attend a business meeting. Sometimes I ask myself, when does he even sleep? How many hours does he even sleep? That is the more reason why we need him as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And we are happy because Nigerians have accepted him from north, east, south, and west. A lot of people have even said that Peter Obi is not a Nigerian because it is difficult to see a Nigerian that does not have a skeleton in his cupboard. It's difficult. This is a man who is so clean, that the only thing people will say about him is that he is stingy. That he is stingy. That is the only thing. And he has come out and said that he is not stingy. He's only being prudent. That public money is supposed to use for public good. And the other thing that they accuse him for, that you are a millionaire and your daughter is teaching in a secondary school in Lagos. What does that tell us? That he has inculcated a sense of humanity into his kids. This is a woman that studied in England. She came back home to teach because she believed that teaching is a noble profession. And Peter Obi has said it, that he attended a lot of schools. He specialized in marketing. Somebody that have read a lot about economy. And Yusuf Ahmed Dati is an educationist. So I am sure that Yusuf Ahmed Dati, in terms of education and health, he's an expert in that field. And Peter Obi can tackle the economy and security. He has done it before in Anambra State. Anambra used to be a den of robber, but he did so well that even the police superintendent then said that Peter Obi, his system or his approach was so effective that there was no robbery in 6 years. He was there for 8 years. So it took him 2 years to be able to put the security apparatus measures in place. And that's why we are calling on all Nigerians. If we miss Peter Obi, it will take a century before we get somebody like him. So This is an appeal to all. Let's keep the fire burning. It's 16 days away. A luta continua, Victoria Asata. With that, we'll say we've come to the end of this video. And we beg you to please. It's Peter Obi. It's Peter Ahmed Dati. It's the Obedient Movement. It's Labour Party. Don't forget, Nigeria is a sick nation. And it needs a heavy man to bring her back to life. A man that has commitment, compassion, empathy, and focus with zest to do the right thing at the right time. So if it's the first time you're coming across this channel, this is in TV. We are global and social commentator. Please, we'll ask you to subscribe to our channel. Subscribe. After you subscribe, just press the notification bell button so that each time we upload video, it comes directly to you. And for our returning subscribers, we'll say thank you, and thank you. We love you, but God love you most. I will catch you when we make the next video. Until then, we'll say chooks, adios, au revoir, ciao, hasta la vista. Remember, Papa, Mama, Pikin. Labour Party is the answer to our big problem. Ciao.